Okay, so in the frying pan already I have and you can probably see the smoke coming off. Shall I zoom in or? Yeah, so okay, so I've just been roasting my favorite Persian spices or herbs and some Indian spices, basically turmeric. You can see I already have what's this, cloves, 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, so there's salt, Himalayan salt, rock salt, I think about like 9 twists of salt. There's about a teaspoon, quarter of a teaspoon of black pepper, and of course the favorite turmeric and dried rosemary, basil, etc., oregano. And here I have maybe a quarter of a mug full of olive oil, coconut oil, which I'm going to throw in there. I actually freeze my coconut oil, and so that's why it's so solid. Okay, now here are the onions. They're coarsely chopped and finely chopped. Okay, I have about 9 okra there. This is a quick meal before I go out. It's a bit of a twist. There's capsicum, red capsicum, tomatoes. There's 2.5 tomatoes actually. Look, here's some chili hiding behind the fresh basil leaves. The chili and the basil are out of the potage or my garden. And this is bitter gourd. Okay, so I eat it with the seeds and everything. It's a baby one, so it won't be that bitter. Funny thing is that when I was buying this, you know, it's from another guy, he's Pashtun also, and works in the fruit and veg shop or greengrocers. They don't seem to call them greengrocers any longer. Anyhow, so I asked him, I said, so do you eat this? He says, yeah. I said, how do you cook it? And so he told me that they slit them and they stuff them full of spices and masala and fry them, etc., etc. And I said, oh yeah, and I remember my mother used to cook that way as well. And he said to me, so how do you cook it? And I said, oh, the Australian way. So the joke was, he said, so what, do you boil them in water and then add a bit of salt and pepper and eat them soggy? And I said, yeah, something like that. So here we are. Here's the Australian way. So now I'm going to add the onions. So there we are. The onions are in there. I haven't put any grease in there at the moment. No oil, no coconut oil. I'm just going to roast it a little bit. It's a bit of a twist. So the spices and the herbs, we get a bit of a roasted feel to them, and that's been actually, the spices have been roasting for at least a minute, or perhaps longer, and maybe a couple of minutes. So I've just put the onions in there. They've been in there for like 30 seconds. So here I'm just going to add all the coconut oil into that, and you can hear it. So you can hear the I've turned it down. Okay, I'm just pouring in a bit of olive oil too. Okay, I love the mix of flavors. And here we are. We'll just give it a bit of a stir. Okay, so mix all those spices in and let those onions start to, they're not going to really caramelize, but they'll have different taste, texture, because some of them I've coarsely chopped and the other ones a little bit more finely. Okay, so it's like half an onion was coarsely chopped, and let me just put that there. Okay, and I'll get the bitter gourd now. So as you can see, I've just added the bitter gourd and some chili also into there.